Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop and all that stuff. How you doing? BonBon Live, I'm BonBonB. You are, of course, very, very welcome. So, we are running with, wait for this, Render It. Thanks very much to a lot of help from Uncle Ron. So Uncle Ron gets a lot of credit for this. This is actually their map that happened to coincide with their map being the top performing map at the moment. So we're going to have a look at Fort Cays. Hello, who have we got in the chat? I see Spectex. Hi Spectex. Anapu. Hi, bonjour. Hang on, I'm going to deliberately mispronounce this one. Thanks, Viv. I can't pronounce that. How am I? Rested and in a good mood. I'm in a good mood, but not exactly rested. I had another major police incident last night. Nothing directly affecting me, but I had to spend a couple of hours trawling through CCTV footage for them. But yes, an act of violence, again, directly outside my property. You think it'd be nice and quiet and cosy around here, but yes, hey ho. So we are, yeah, and then I had a small plumbing issue in the property. I won't go into too much detail, but I have had my arm down somewhere I wouldn't have liked my arm down in the last half an hour, which is why I'm running a little bit behind, because that definitely needed doing. Hey, cheery night for you. Uncle Ron is here. Uncle Ron. Hello, Uncle Ron. Yes, Uncle Ron very kindly spoke me. He spoke to me where I shouldn't have been spoken before. No, he helped me with the some base settings for Render It, and as you can see from down below, that looks pretty sharp. Again, got the fog switched off, and we'll have a look at Uncle Ron's top performing map of the moment, shall we? It's Fort Cays. Let me switch over to the workshop page. There it is. Fort Cays, which is a very nice looking tropical map, I feel. Bear with me, I'm just switching between windows myself. Yeah, we've got some very sharp, clean, bright, sunny, smiley screenshots from the map, which we'll look in more detail actually at map level in a minute. Let's skip through. Got procedural objects today. I'm aware of that one. We've had to allow for loading screen to load absolutely every asset because procedural objects. The fishing map doesn't look very exciting, but we'll get to that in real terms in a moment. We have some relight settings which are all set up again with Uncle Ron's help, which is very kind. Thank you very much. And we've got some more. My eyes are going here. We go there. After dark. Oh, dang it. Well, we don't have the clouds. Sorry, Uncle Ron. I completely forgot to the AD clouds. So we won't have any clouds today. That's probably, if I hadn't have had my arm down somewhere I didn't want it to be for the last 15 minutes, I probably would have had time to do that one. But yes, running a bit behind. So I'm not going to fly through the review. Because that would be a little bit wrong. Oh, let's have a little look down here. One click collection, 55 items. 55 items. Woo. Adaptive networks, acacia tree, Bahamas. We've got a theme mix. Bahamas theme mix. Decals. Harmony. The Hextopia 4K tropical theme. Yeah. Intersection marking tool, jetty rocks, just tropical. That's another theme in the theme mix. And so we keep rolling down. The network skins, network anarchy, no controller. We've got a custom bridge. We've got another the ocean diamond theme. Unusual mix, Uncle Ron, of not unusual mix, but Hextopia. We never see that used. Then there was what was the other one down here? Very rarely see the Ocean Diamond map theme used. Very rarely. Nice to see. Then we've got Project Monaco Fort, Prop Anarchy, Railway Replacer. I've not set the settings for that yet, so we'll have to do that in a minute. Reaper Realistic LUT, Render It, Traffic Manager, Theme Mixer 2, Tree Anarchy, a few custom roads, and the map. So there we go. Quite a few little bits on the list. Hello, Mattock. Hello, WRD. Fun stuff. Right, so that's the... hang on, back to the top. And we go back to... There we go. So let's have a little look at the workshop page before we get started. Instructions, subscribe to all assets, done that. Make sure it's set to done that. Start Cities Skylines, enter Content Manager. Again, this is a live show. This is the stuff that I would be doing if you weren't there. So I will sort of be talking to myself a little bit. Just a little bit. Where are we? Shift Alt P and... Right, what was the settings for catenary? Do we have any catenary settings? There's a question for you, Uncle Ron. We've got any railway in catenary must be selected in Railway Replacer by pressing Shift Alt P, but unless there's nothing down here telling us what you would like or recommend. So I'm going to switch them off. Probably. Maytalk. Sorry, Maytalk. My bad. Fun to be part of the process. I like your part of the process. Indeed. So anyway, we've got a theme mix. Oh, use Play It to boost the FPS. Maybe one day I will get to play it. So I've only just got Render It. Give me time. Okay. The AD Cloud Replacer, because I've completely run out of time today, we won't be running with the AD Cloud Replacer. I may try and get that up and running before recording the cinematics, but if I don't, then I don't, because again, I'm already running behind. Relight settings in the last screenshot, got that. Map settings, fine, good. Shout outs to Steel Wonder, Deke, and to Sidai, and to all the creators and assets used in the map, and various other people. The Render It settings are to poor old Uncle Ron. Right, shows me how to use Render It. The rendering settings at the moment, because we've only just had an update. In fact, we had another one today, I believe, for Render It. And Render It isn't quite operating as it was. And so the Render It settings that Uncle Ron has provided here don't work. And I know that because that's the very last thing I tried before going live with you guys. So... let's go back, let's go back to the map. There we go. And we'll have a little look at, well, hang on, before we zoom in. So map as a whole, my instinct is it's good shape. It's got the whole sweeping dynamic look, passing point for the ships here, I imagine. In fact, I'm hoping they follow this deeper area to some degree, not necessarily an exact wibble like that. Few offshore islands, very neat. And I like in the way that we've got this sandbar running across here, then it looks like deep ocean beyond. So there's some nice little things going on here. Let's have a look at oh, hang on a second. What's this, John, in the comments? Let me have a quick look. Chance to sit down, fixing a broken dryer. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you very much for fixing the dryer. I mean, what would we do without your dryer? What would we do? Let's go into these drop-down menus. Okay, so terrain heights. It looks pretty flat across the map. There might be a little bit of undulation here and there. Resources are strong. Liking that. Definitely pretty playable. And let me show you something in a second, actually. Fishing. We've already seen the fishing map, courtesy of the screenshots. It's a fairly disinteresting one. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe a little bit of tuna out there would have been nice, but it's not relevant, really. Not important. Have a little look at the shipping routes. So, without, again, I know you'd like to come down and have a closer look, but we can see here we've got Nice shipping triangles sweeping through there, going the route that I kind of would want it to, the obvious deepest route. Couple of dead end routes here, and then any through shipping is going to go looping around the outside. I like it. I would say that is a good shipping route. Okay, I guess we're at the point. Let me just point out one thing. With the start square is here, obviously, but the 25 tiles are, I would imagine, something like about here. And I kind of like in this framing. This is, again, it's not exactly square, but you can see how this is designed to fit in within 25 tiles. And I just think it's yeah, pretty nutty little design. Credit for that. Right, I suppose we do a little flyover. Let's come down to the highway and have a little roll and see what we are. Start the simulation off. We'll do a little, hang on a second, while we're doing this, I would like to have that in the side so I can see if there's lots of porn bots wanting to get their words in. So yeah, it's been another one of those really fun, productive days where if it could go wrong, it was going to go wrong. Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. BonBonB, would you kindly check through your CCTV footage for one guy punching another guy in the face and a big melee outside? Oh, of course I will. Yeah, got nothing better to do with my time. So yeah, that was, at least it wasn't immediately involving me. About the first time this year that I've had incidents that wasn't directly involving me, but indirectly still just eats up more time and just lovely. It's lovely, I tell you. You know what? I've been here, 16 years? And it was such a... There was never anything 16 years ago. I mean, I get an attempted burglary every couple of years, but that's par for the course. Par for the course. But it's just gone post-COVID, post-lockdown. It's just gone mad. Like in the tree mixes. We've got... Again, this just sort of like this feels a bit like scrubland. And then if we move across here, this really does feel more like forestry. It's just about the right amount of density cover. And yeah, just a nice little thing there. I'm not exactly sure where the start square is. Hang on a second. Let me... How far have we got to go to? Oh, quite a way, quite a way. I'm going to zip over some of this because I don't think we're going to learn anything because we know Uncle Ron has got the standards. So if we go a little bit higher and zoom a little bit faster, just make sure there's no jinky jankies. But other than that, no trees poking through the underside of the bridges. Not expecting anything like that. So anyway, did you wash your hands? Did I wash my hands? I did wash my hands about 3 times. I was wearing gloves and rubber gloves, and even then, I don't think I could have washed my hands enough, to be honest with you. It wasn't pleasant, but somebody has to do it, and it's gonna be me. Yeah, never ask anybody else to do a job you won't do yourself. So would somebody very kindly make a cup of coffee? I've not had one yet, and I'm cold. I haven't got the heating up to level in here at the moment. The room was freezing when I came in, and it's just shy of freezing now. So my camera control might be a little bit juddery as I'm trying not to shiver. Again, look at a little change of little sub biome going on here. It's subtle, it's nice, and I think it works really well. Really well. It's a really interesting theme mix going on here. Really very interesting theme mix. And are we? Oh, this has got to be the start square intersection down here, isn't it? It's got to be. Let me zip over. Hang on. Let me just check the height of this. I haven't catenary replaced it yet. Shift Alt P, wasn't it? Shift Alt P. Hang on. Control Shift P. If I come out of camera mode, that might do it. There we go. Oh, crikey. Do you know what? I'm not going to go, because the thing I'm going to have to do is choose none, I feel. Hang on, have I got none as an option? Or I've got to get rid of the wire. Hang on, no, I've got to get rid of the wires. Do I have an option for that? Anybody? All right, I'm going to carry on with my flyover. If anybody with a Railway Replacer 2, who plays about with the settings way more than I do, knows how to switch off the wires. I mean, I could switch on the catenaries, I guess. But I suppose I should. That's an option, isn't it? Shift Alt P. We'll just throw on a few. That's going to be easy in turning off the wires. Yeah, but if anybody knows how to turn off the wires and save me a little extra time looking through the workshop page, that would be very helpful. Very, very helpful. Yeah, in terms of, like, I see the comments about the shore, we'll be having a look at the detailing at some point as we do the fly through. I'm going to try and get this done in the next 20 minutes. I'm obviously running behind, but I've still got to record the cinematics as well. Did I have intersection marking tool active? Again, I had to get flying fast tonight. I'm not sure if intersection marking tool. Looks like I'm gonna, right, before I record the cinematics, I am going to restart the game and make sure no controller intersection marking tool are both enabled. Looks like that is, I'm surprised. There's no reason for it not to be enabled. I can't remember ever switching off, and I can't think of a reason why I ever would have a reason for switching it off. Right, anyway, where were we with regards to the start square? We've kind of crossed through it. Start square. I like that. I like that. This is a bit of a bite out of the start square, but it's not like it's the main buildable area. We've still got a large buildable area in the start square to work with, and we have this road cutting through, and hopefully that will transition better once intersection marking tool, no controller, or whatever. I'm not faulting Uncle Ron on that until I've seen the map reloaded. But yes, it was. I did load up in a bit of a hurry today, but at least we got render it. Okay, at least we have got render it. Right, let's just have a quick overview at the rest of the networking. So that highway, this is a nice intersection. I haven't really given it enough credit, have I? This is a nice looking intersection. Nice curves, not too sharp. Pretty decent size. Might be too big for some people, but a little bit bigger than I'd normally have an intersection if I were building it. The rock detailing in the middle of here is just subtle. You can see the change in the height going on here. I'm not going to use the terrain lines right now, partly because I am a little bit shuddery and I'm slightly struggling for finger control. I'll wait for this room to get a bit warmer. So right, and then we've got a little bit of mossy rock detailing here as well, just filling in the gap, which flows very nicely with what we've got there. So that's all pretty neat. Right, so there's that. Let's have a quick scoot down to this big intersection. Nice to see again something a little bit different. It is a bit spaghetti, isn't it? I mean, we've got, was it 6, 7? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 roads. Is that 9 lanes? Because you've got the double lane going on here. So you've got quite a few lanes, and I mean, I can't. It's well done. I'm not complaining. Just seems very spaghetti. I mean, it's making observation of it being a little bit like spaghetti, and it's not the first time that people have used that sort of observation regarding intersections. And that road there is heading off to something here, which we'll look at soon. Okay, as we head down past a little pond, let's have a little look at the pond. I'm expecting it to be very nice. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be very nice. It's very nice. Why would it not be very nice? Let's see. Yeah. So I'm just looking at the change in texture as well. I thought it was almost odd, but it just ties again. This ties these two areas together beautifully, and you've got a slightly different texture going on here as well. Just makes the land come alive if you do it well. If you do it not well, it can look silly or almost distracting, where you look and go, what? I don't really understand what's going on here. But again, even if it's tip of the day, I guess, even if even if it doesn't look exactly right, if you do it consistently and with belief, you can actually sell it as being part of your local biome. So even if you were to look at those areas and go, nah, it doesn't really look right to me, if it's consistent across the map, then it doesn't look right across the map, but hey, listen, we're selling that this is what this area looks like. And but that's not the case here. I am buying into what Uncle Ron has done. Okay. Well, we got Fish Island. Sorry, no, Fish Lake. That's a fish, isn't it? That's a fish. Noticing both these lakes have little islands in them. I don't have an issue with it. Just wondering if, creatively speaking, whether or not they could have been just slightly more different from each other. I mean, I know they are different shapes, but we've got island, about, I mean, I know this one's about, it's a little bit smaller, but they're both medium-sized lakes with larger than you would expect islands in them. I'm just wondering whether that, creatively speaking, maybe this this lake could have been just a slightly different, maybe minus the island, or maybe a longer, just to make it a little bit different from this one. Again, I appreciate they are different, but I know what I'm meaning, even if I'm not communicating it very well. Right, so the way that the transition into the tunnel here, so nice. Fish Eye Island and Sunny Side Up Lake. Yes, I cannot disagree with the names of those lakes. Sunny Side Up is exactly it. Fish and eggs. That's Japanese meal, I would imagine. Anyway, we've got some islands over there. Let's have a look at the islands. Let's have a look at the bar and the Cays, I guess. This is Fort Cays. I'm guessing it might be Fort Cays. I'm led to understanding Cays is a different spelling, or a different way of communicating what I would refer to as keys. Is that correct? Again, please, somebody, let me know in the chat. I can see most of the chat from here, just not the first word. If you're going to swear in the chat, make it the first word. I can't read the first word without switching windows. Or, indeed, setting up a second monitor. But it's not something I'm able to do right now. So it's having a laptop running, which I have done in the past, but I don't feel that this is necessary really. Especially as I'm not really supposed to be looking at the chat. I'm supposed to be concentrating on the map. Right, so anyway, these islands are very nice. Actually, really, really very nice. No grumbles with them at all. And the sand detailing is very nice as well. Underneath, and the undersea detailing. Right, so we've got a little lagoon harbour here. Biffa on holiday, indeed. Oh, Maytok. Yes. Oh, thanks. Hey, listen. It's a pleasure and it's an honour and a privilege that anybody watches me, let alone, you know, well, we've got 14 live at the moment. I'm not expecting these lives to get big views. It's never a reason that I've done this. The lives are the behind the scenes. It's me planning and recording the map. Although I wouldn't normally talk out loud to myself. I mean, I probably would talk a little bit out. I like this little defensive area, by the way. I would talk out loud a little bit, but certainly not to the extent that I'm doing with you guys. It's still partly trying to be a little bit entertaining. And like areas like this, I would probably be spending a bit more time. Now, hang on. This, I know, is at least half procedural objects. And we'll have a little look at it and see what we make of it. It's a bit different. I can't really say it's a castle because it's not really a castle. And we've got the little amphitheatre on the top there. It's actually a really nice asset. It's actually a really, really nice asset. I didn't really clock who made this, but part of the Project Monaco series. With the big gun hovering a little bit there. I mean, regardless, because of the shadow of the gun there, because of the shadow of the gun, you can see that there's no support under here. So if I was going to be critical on, again, minor detailing, it would be here, because I feel that this is a concrete structure and it should be supported. And so, yeah, possibly if you're looking for a minor detailing flaw, it's that. So we've gone from 5 stars to 3.5 stars instantly because of that. I'm just kidding. Right, so we've had a look at that. Where are we? Did we have a look at the bridge? I don't think we did have a proper look at the bridge. Let's have a proper look at the bridge. We've got a little bit of mixed shipping coming. Oh, hello. This looks closer than I think it's going to be. We've got the vanilla cruiser shunting the canal boats there. And that is tight. But it doesn't clip. So I can't floor it. I can't floor it. She won't take no more, Captain. I know, that's my worst Scotty impression. Oh man, I wish I hadn't done that now. I really wish I hadn't done that now. I'm so bad with accents and impressions, and yet I still go for it. But we do have rocking and holding. Come on, rocking and holding. What more can you have? Alright. Oh, there's a nice little rocky lagoon there. Something... Okay, right. This is just a personal thing, and I don't know what it is, but there's something about this in the rock detailing that I don't like. I don't know what it is. Is it because... I'm trying to get my head around this one. Is it because there's not really anywhere else with rocks? Anywhere. In fact, is there anywhere with rocks on this side of the map? We've got a few here, haven't we? Yeah, a few here and here. It's not really a super rocky place. And then we have rocks, rocks and rocks. And a lot of them here, here, here. And this crater, which How that formed, I don't know. I mean, it may have been volcanic, or it may have been meteor hitting it at some point. I don't know. I don't. Okay, let's say I like it. I've got nothing. I've got no complaints for it. It shouldn't. It shouldn't bother me, but it does. Something in this doesn't feel right. I see a comment there. Let's have a little look. Where the rock shipped in. The rocks may have been shipped in. Sand and rocks shouldn't go together. It's either sand or rocks. I disagree with that, Stannington. That said, you may have a point a little bit, because the rocks are a kind of a different colour from the sand. So, mind you, rocks are a different colour from the sand, I guess, because you get the silicon in the sand, haven't you? So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's just something about it. I think the rocks work really well with this texture. I think it's just that it's such a large rocky area, and there's not really any hints that this is a rocky map. Could be. I don't know. I don't know what is it. What is it with me? I don't know. I don't understand. Right, what do we have over here? We have a little abandoned village with the old cemetery. I like the way that's been... Okay, this is ridiculous. I like the way that's been put together. A couple of rotated houses. It just makes it a little bit interesting. And the cemetery just put in there. It's very Grid City. Barely City. Barely Grid City. Another little lake going on there. Another... What was this? This was the way in. Was this the way we came in? I don't remember. Or did we came in over here, didn't we? Let's have a little look at... It's got the rail coming in pretty smoothly. I've got no grumbles with that, have I? It's pretty nice. I can follow the flow. There's some coral, but it's not great. Oh, on the workshop. I was about to say, on this map, first of all, where and why is it not great? But no, I'm kind of with you. Interesting sand detailing on this one. And yeah, I figured there was something a bit odd going on there. Right, yeah, I think we might have a minor area here for, if we're going to talk again, if we're just talking about overall aesthetics and being just unnecessarily picky, but that's what we do. This island, so we've got the entire area here seems quite awash with sand. Now, if the sand is unable to get here to this part, that would make me think that the sand is being pushed in this way. And if that's the case, why have we got no sand being pushed up against here? Yeah, I'm not entirely buying this island and the way it interacts with the sand. Again, who's to know what the currents and tides are here? Only Uncle Ron, so he's 100% correct. But we do have this slightly submerged island, which is just a bit of green underneath the in the shallow water that is just visible. And that's petty. That's the level of pettiness that we get to on what is an exceptional map, isn't it? It's as you know, I'm not a big fan of tropical maps at all. I can appreciate them in the same way I'd never play a desert map, but I always say a good desert map is a very good map indeed, because I believe that. I wouldn't play a map like this, but it doesn't mean I can't appreciate it, and I do. I like this quite a bit. Right, okay. I am going to settle this this camera Okay, but, well, before I settle the camera, actually, there's another area down here that seems very green. There's a couple of areas that, I mean, you could get away with an area like this, and you go, that's because of algae. I'm sure actually somebody will at some point do a, this is algae or algae, and maybe that's what it is there. Maybe that's what it is there. But yes, there's it's almost like this is supposed to be an island, but it's just under the water a little bit. Don't know. Pass. Do not know. But I think the other one bothered me. That bothers me a little bit. That ship runs a little bit too close to this as a shipping route for me. Just a little bit. On this map, on another map, I mean, there was plenty of Icania's maps where the ships ran very close to, I mean, implausible passing points, and you got away with it because it fitted with the map. But with this map, this feels very something well, really very nicely realistic about it, and very open and very flat, and then you get a ship that, if I was the captain of a ship with like a sand ridge there, I think I would want to be going through the widest part. I think. Being a little bit grumpy again. I'm being a bit grumpy. I'm sorry. I'm not very sorry, but I'm a little bit sorry. How about we... Where am I going to put this camera? Sorry, I'm spinning the camera. I haven't decided where I'm going to... We had the fort. Where was the fort? We had something going on here as well. Oh, hello. I missed something. We got a beach. We've got a beach. Oh, I like this. Okay. It's something and nothing. It's easily overlooked. I think it fits at its location. And I don't mind the networking that's been done to get down to it. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. That's something I nearly missed. Where was the fort? Let me find it. We will set the camera here. I think something like, oh, grab the bridge in the background there as well. How about that? Let me have a quick look at the chat before I give my opinions. Okay, well, we've got to get out suntan lotion. Nice. And that's coming from a beach. Oh, very good job. Very good. If you can't make your a joke about your own name, what can you do, eh? Best maps get the hardest critiques. This is true. This is true. The lesser a map, the more I want to try and be supportive of the creator and try and give them points in the right direction. And the better the map, the greater the map, the more picky you get on these little areas. Just to, I mean, if anything, we can be inspired. We can all be inspired. Basically, underwater sand detailing. Ah, hello. On the real location of Bahamas, not all areas have the visible. Absolutely, Uncle Ron. Absolutely. It was just instinct and gut reaction. I think I'm more bothered by the first one, possibly, of those two little areas. But again, there's no... yeah, I think it's the green on the underside of the water that looks more like algae than anything on this particular map, in my opinion, and my opinion's always wrong, as you know. I wonder how it stayed green underwater. Yeah. Oh, Dallas Bringer of Fire has got you there. Thanks for that, Bringer. Interesting story. A city that expanded and sea reclamation. There's yeah, that's one way of playing it, and I know there'll definitely be people out there who will do that, and just detailers who will just go straight in and build a city with the detailing. Sound is ground up rocks. Indeed, sand is ground up rocks. Whether, I mean, there's probably some technical detail, like if with the sand being small, could it be more reflective? I don't think it quite works that way, does it? But be more polished, so it might be more reflective. I don't know, but yeah, that's just me. Anyway, sand and rock, yeah, where the rock shipped in. Back to where we were. Morro Bay has a bend of rocks. Oh, blend. Well corrected. Morro Bay's a great map. It was there or thereabouts. It was possibly my second choice for map of the year, behind Yangtze. Possibly. It was a tough year. I could have made arguments. You take Yangtze out of the equation, which in the end I had no real option. I didn't want to choose it because Springer had already got a map of the year once, and I'm trying to spread the joy. And it given me great pleasure to have given it to Cidi. Yeah, we've got maps like Two Brothers, which, I mean, everybody loves Two Brothers. When you get a map creator who's been consistently excellent. In fact, I think there's only one map of theirs I didn't like, and by their own opinion, but by their own admission, it was made quickly. It was made on the commission, and it was, it wasn't a map they'd spent the most time on. So, and then you look at the map pack, those 10 maps. I mean, there wasn't a bad map in there. Unbelievable. I would love to have given it to them for Morro Bay, but I just, in the end, I couldn't. Dang it. You have to try harder, Cidi. You'll have to try harder. Anyway, I think I'm up to date. I'm going to have a think here. So, yes, we are... Uncle Ron, indeed, yes. I did mention this at the start of the fly. Because I started late, because I literally had my my arm elbow deep in a lavatory with a slight flooding issue, and by the time I got here, you'll also notice I haven't got intersection marking tool enabled. I'm going to restart the game with these two anomalies fixed, but yeah, I was running late. I started 15 minutes late because of a small flood and dealing with another police issue, so it's all good. It's all good. Cidi's Morro Bay start square wasn't even in Morro Bay. Yeah, I know. Look, give the guy a break. This is a map called Morro Bay. All right, it's just okay. Okay, what do I think? Okay, let me give this map some. Right, I may adjust these for the final review, because as I go back and re-record the cinematics, I may see things. So, but my instincts at the moment, aesthetically, I like it a lot. I mean, I like it a lot. I'll say there are one or two areas, again, like that rocky area that just didn't quite feel right, and I can't put my thumb on it. And then there are a couple of those underwater sand detailings that, again, as much as they're based on a real life location, they just don't feel right to me. So I can't quite go super high, but I might go for about a 4.6, 4.5, 4.6 in that area. Middle 4, maybe edging slightly above middle 4. I think it's a really nicely done tropical map. Detailing here is really strong again. I think on the same issues. So I mean, the aesthetic issues are also detailing issues. I don't normally like doing a double wham, but and then you've got the slight detailing on the procedural objects on the fort. Just one little thing on the fort. I'm gonna go middle 4 again. I'm just not. I'm not feeling strong enough in myself to go higher than that, so we'll go there. Gameplay. Let me have one last look at this from instinct here. Plenty of flow to it. Start square works and runs into the squares there, and Really high 4? Why am I not giving it 5? Come on. Come on. Why am I not giving it 5? Get your head around this. I can't think of a reason not to give it 5 for gameplay. It feels right. And my only grumbles aren't going to affect gameplay for me at all. They are detailing issues that are, on the whole, away from the main buildable areas. So you're not going to notice them. They're out at sea. You're not going to notice them. So for me, they don't affect gameplay. I'm going to tentatively give it 5. I'm right on the edge. I'm right on the edge. I may adjust that one down to high 4s for the final decision, but I'm going with that. Anyway, yeah, but all told for me, if I had to give this one ranking for the whole thing, I'd say it's a really, really, really high 4-star map. I like it a lot, and my grumbles are minor ones. Minor, dingy ones. But yes, I'm going to go and restart the game now with intersection marking tool, after dark clouds, and I can't remember if there was anything else I'm missing. And then record my cinematics, and I'm going to be back in about an hour. I might be a little bit later because I've got to wait for the cinematics to record. In about an hour with, and I'm trying to call up the map now. There we are. The map is Pens Pass by Ernstage, which is the longest waiting creator request map. I have no idea what this map's going to be like. So the channel supporters will get access to that one. And if you're not a channel supporter, don't worry. Don't worry, you will be able to see all the highlights of Pens Pass and all the other maps that I'm going to be reviewing live for the channel supporters on Friday. As again, this is just a behind the scenes, getting an idea for how I'm going to record the cinematics. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for all that you do for me. And I will be back on Friday with the What's Map Week, on Sunday with the chart show. And my map making tutorial is now just shy of 20,000 words long, and I'll start the production of that from next weekend. So hopefully in about another 2 to 3 weeks we will have ourselves a new tutorial on the channel. Huzzah! Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.
Come here now, girl.